this works out. Here we go. Okay. This is better. I should have done this from the get-go. Okay. So the snake is in the bag, and I am going to tie off the bag, and sometimes I use tape if I can't get a good knot going. This is a bigger bag than the snake, so if it was the right size bag, I would just use some tape, and I would tape off the top with like some electrical tape. Make sure the snake doesn't have its head up in there anywhere. Make sure it's okay. You're in there, okay? Yep, you're all right. So the snake is securely in the bag. She ain't getting out of that. Nice little knot. Jason will be able to untie that when it gets to him. So the snake is securely in its little bag, and now what we're going to do is we're going to place it in the box. So once again, having all this nice extra padding gives it a nice little place to rest. So in case it gets bumped around, as we know it probably will, it's fine. You know, it's not resting on the bottom, so if there was heat, there's enough distance, and if there was any heat pack on the bottom. Now what I do is I take more of this paper and I cover the snake as well. Okay, one part that I didn't show you is I've punched holes in the side of the box for ventilation, just a couple. Okay, so we've got the snake is secure there. Now we take the top of the lid and we place the top of the lid on. So we are totally secure now. What I do, I usually will enclose the feeding history of the animal, and I'll also put a couple of business cards on top. I don't actually have any in hand right now, so I am going to pause the camera and go get those. Be right back. Okay, so we've got our business cards. Now I will put the business cards in there, so that way when Jason opens up his box, he's going to have some business cards, and he's going to have the record of the feeding and information. Now another thing that I do, and I don't have it printed out right now, is I actually print out certificate of origin paperwork. It shows my logo. It has the information about the baby. It talks about the parents and their genetics. It talks about, of course, the genetics of the baby. And it's just something nice. You know, in this day and age, a lot of genetics with boa constrictors has to be taken at face value. So if I say this is a double het sunglow, he's got to trust that it is a double het sunglow. So I give people paperwork that they can have that shows, you know, this litter was born on such and such a date, and the mom was this, the dad was this, there was X amount of babies in the litter, you know, and such and such. And I just think it's a nice touch. I am currently out of ink. If I did actually have this certificate, because this box is fairly small, I would not enclose it in here because the certificate that I print out is bigger than this box, so I don't want to fold it. So what I will usually do is I will mail that separately. So Jason, if you're watching, I will mail that to you shortly. I have a few others I need to print out. I've got to go down to Best Buy and pick up some more ink for my printer. So you'll have that, so you can keep it on record, you know, birthday of the animal, just something that you can have so you can look back and you'll know, you know, I purchased it on this date, I paid this much, and I just think it's better than a receipt. It's actually an official form of documentation that I send out on all my babies. So I think that's a nice professional touch. So with that being said, here's some of the holes that I've punched. I got just little slices all the way through, just for ventilation. And now we're ready to seal the box up. So we will seal the box. See if if I can seal the box up and hold. Well, I'm going to pause the camera. I'm going to pause the camera again and seal this box up real quick. Be right back. Alright, well, sorry about not having a tripod. I've got to get one. What I've done is I've sealed up the box, and I also had my label. I print out my own labels from my own UPS account. And this one is going UPS next day air. There's the tracking number. And I will go ahead and track this. I also have arranged for email updates to get sent to both myself and Jason. And there we go. So this is pretty much how I do it. You've got a box that is nice and tight. It's got plenty of padding in there for the little reptile because, you know, if UPS tosses this box around, the little snake's going to be okay because it's in a nice padded box. It's got insulation from the shredded newspaper, and it's going to get dropped off at a climate-controlled facility this afternoon. It's going to be delivered tomorrow morning by 10:30. So this is it. So Jason, thank you very much for the suggestion to show people how KG Constrictors ships and packs their reptiles. Apologize for the jostling of the video. Hopefully it looked good enough. And this is it. So tomorrow we will hopefully see a video from Jason of him unpacking this box. And oops, you know what I just realized too? Something else that I always do. After I tape the box up, most often, I oftentimes will seal over these little air holes. So I have to be really careful. The snake is down low, but I'm going to re-punch these holes because I've ended up taping over them. Even without ventilation holes, I'm sure things would probably be okay. It's not like a super airtight box. So I'll go ahead and just punch these again, since I've gone ahead and cover them over with tape. So there we go. We're ready to go. So that's it. If you purchase a reptile from KG Constrictors, this is actually how your snake will come. And I have bigger boxes for bigger snakes. And this is pretty much, I think this is an 8x7 cube, or 7 and change by 6 and change. So this is what I use for the baby. So I appreciate you watching. Jason, looking forward to seeing the video tomorrow when you get your new female. And thanks a lot for watching, everybody.